welcome. Today we will discuss the business strategy of Kaya Tea House. Kaya Tea House is a Japanese cafe which sells not only matcha latte but other unique products such as gelato, matcha soda, green teas, and much more. This cafe utilizes a Japanese technique to make their Kaya Tea House Uji matcha, which is very popular. This blend is extracted and originates from Uji Kayato in Japan.
To understand the Kaya Tea House internal business strategy, we must go through it step by step. First, we need to find out the resources, capabilities, and core competencies of the brand so that we can figure out if Kaya Tea House is in the right path of achieving competitiveness. Resources are sources to create organizational capabilities. In turn, capabilities are the foundation of a firm's core competencies, which are the basis of establishing competitive advantages and strategic competitiveness. First, in resources are assets that are used by organizations in order to function effectively. The tangible resource of Kaya Tea House would be the physical resources. For example, the equipment to make the drink and dessert. Also, the attractiveness of its location, one shop in Cheston Shopping Center and the other shop in CBD. Next, in intangible resources, Kaya Tea House has innovative resources. For example, they come up with new and unique ideas of product like pearl matcha latte and croissant gelato. Its brand name would be its reputational resources, as Kyo is short for Kyoto. Customers would quickly realize that it is a Japanese specialized cafe. Also, in human resources, Kyo Tea House only hires skilled employees with the knowledge to make the drink. In the capability of Kyo Tea House, they are used to complete the organizational task required to produce, distribute, and service the goods the firm provides to customers for the purpose of creating value for them. Kyo Tea House has three capabilities. First, in marketing, Kyo Tea House offers differentiated Japanese style to customers. For example, they smile and say thank you sincerely to every customer they serve. Second, in human resources, skilled employees can maintain the product quality consistency. Next, in manufacturing, Kyo Tea House have a unique supply chain to get the ingredients from Uji Kyoto. The product and design quality follow the authentic Japanese style. Core competencies can enable a firm to deliver unique value to customers by different resources and capabilities. The four capabilities of Kyo Tea House are skilled employees, authentic Japanese style, service, product quality, and supply chain. We're going to see if they are matched to the VRIN framework in order to be considered core competencies and become a source of sustainable competitive advantage. The brand must meet four criteria. They are variable, rare, inimitable, and non-substitutable. First, in skilled employees are inimitable. However, it depends on the individual themselves, as some employees may develop and already have certain skills. For example, the technical skills each employee has can be imitated and transferred to the individual being trained. However, some employees may have wider experience and therefore a larger skill set. Next, authentic Japanese service is almost a core competency as it is based in Cheston. Within this location, there are not much other Japanese tea service. Authentic Japanese service cannot be substituted because the employee at Kyo Tea House have a unique relationship with their customers and also aim to provide authentic, real Japanese atmosphere. However, as Kyo Tea House may expand into other geographic areas, they may encounter more Japanese-based competitors. Next, in product quality, Kyo Tea House offers high-quality products. However, other cafes can also meet the standard. Last, in supply chain, the supply chain itself is very favorable, as the green tea powder is extracted from the hills in Japan. However, with increasing competition, which will be discussed soon, explains that the supply chain can easily be replicated by other competitors. Therefore, it is not a sustainable competitive advantages or competency. Next, we will look at the external analysis of the Kyoto Tea House. To answer the question if Kyoto Tea House has a strong competitive advantage as well as strategic competitiveness, we need to also analyze its external environment. Factors in the external environment put constraints and opportunity pressures on the industry, and their competitiveness relies on their ability to adapt to the environment and alter their activities. In this video, we will be focusing on identifying the industry in which Kyoto Tea House is in, analyzing its general environment, which includes a pestle analysis, outlining Porter's 5 driving forces, and lastly, doing a competitive analysis of the company. Firstly, we have identified Kyoto Tea House to be a part of the cafe and coffee shop industry. This industry can be defined as a cafe or coffee shop, which serves food and beverages to customers on the premises. In this case, Kyoto Tea House is a cafe which specializes in serving authentic Japanese tea, including uji matcha, as well as other Japanese blends of tea and desserts. Moving on to the general environment of the cafe coffee shop industry, we focus on its demographic, economic, and social cultural factors that influence the industry's competitive structure and how they operate in the market. Demographic factors of the cafe and coffee shop industry that impact on Kyoto Tea House include its age group and geographic distribution. The main age group of the industry's consumers would be millennials. According to IBIS World, millennials are highly persuaded to purchase tea due to the growing popularity of having a healthier lifestyle, as well as being influenced by growing social media marketing of these healthier food or drink options. These millennials help to drive the demand for green tea in the industry. The geographic distribution of the coffee and tea industry is mainly located in New South Wales, Victoria, and Queensland, which are closer to more populated states, to help drive demand and sales as well. Next are the economic factors, which include inflation rates, interest rates, revenue, disposable income, and the gross domestic product. Currently, according to IBIS World, the cafe and coffee shop industry has a revenue growth of 1.2% from 2018 to 2019, with revenue of $5,826.6 million, which demonstrates the high demand in sales in the industry, and Kyoto Tea House can definitely use this to their advantage to boost their sales. Moreover, the current inflation rate in Australia is 1.9% and has increased from 1.26% in 2018. If the inflation rate continues to increase, this could influence the rate consumers spend at cafes, especially on premium products such as green tea from Kyoto Tea House, and they could also purchase this from other cafes which offer the same products at a lower price. According to IBIS World, there is a steady growth in real household disposable income and is anticipated to support tea and coffee purchases. Continuing consumer brands that favor eating out at cafes, restaurants, and other food service establishments are also forecasted to support this growth. And there's also a rising demand for foreign goods and increased disposable income. Therefore, people are more likely to spend more money on premium products such as matcha tea.
Health awareness amongst consumers is rising due to rising social media usage, allowing lifestyles and attitudes towards beverages to change. For example, influencers via Instagram are able to share their healthier alternatives and point out the excess sugar in food that may appear to be healthy. The use of social media has also allowed information to be easily conveyed, presented, and communicated much faster, impacting the choices consumers make. In addition, consumers are also participating in recreational activities, allowing time expenditure in cafes. Busier lifestyles are also encouraging consumers to lean towards on-the-go products as they want to save time. In addition, consumers' food choices are also heavily impacted by the leaders they follow, which may alter their decision-making, which is another socio-cultural factor as mentioned before. Now I will move on to discuss Porter's 5 forces analyzing the cafe and coffee shop industry. The larger each of these forces, the greater impact on the ability of the company within the industry to earn greater profits. Threat of entry. In terms of establishing the franchise, it is easier due to the large amount of head office support for computer systems, training, and equipment. In addition, leasing arrangements allows low entry. However, the competition is strong, therefore it is crucial to have a strong brand, strong values, and unique products to differentiate from other local cafes and large franchises. Bargaining power of suppliers is low, as the competition for tea and coffee manufacturing is rising. This suggests that new players are rapidly entering the industry, which is creating fierce competition. This may benefit Kaya Tea House as they may have more options of suppliers to import their matcha blend from. Iris World also suggests that there is strong external competition due to imported coffee and tea, which adds to domestic competition. Bargaining power of buyers. Buyers have low minimal costs associated with switching. In addition, with globalization, it is easier for consumers to access matcha products online and make it themselves. However, Kaya Tea House is situated in Chadstone and Emporium, which means it is in a high dense location, attracting a lot of population. This suggests purchases are not as large amount of a specific cafe as they cannot bargain. Therefore, consumers do not possess high bargaining power. Threat of substitute products and experience. Threats are very large. Popular drinks such as kombucha, vitamin water, pressed juices, and smoothies are prominent substitutes and fulfill the same functional need of satisfying thirst, providing health benefits, and also be consumed for enjoyment purposes. This further contributes towards an increase in competition, which may impact the profitability negatively. Therefore, it is critical for Kaya Tea House to ensure it remains differentiated and leverages its ability to produce Japanese tea from the hills of Uji Kyoto, as this may retain customer loyalty. Many substitutes are not always known because on the surface they may seem different to the products of the cafe and coffee shop industries. Therefore, it is crucial for not only Kaya Tea House but for other cafes in the industry to conduct a thorough analysis. When substitutes are large in number, this may negatively impact the profitability. Now moving on to intensity of rivalry and attractiveness of the industry. According to Ibis World, the cafe and coffee shop industry is experiencing slow industry growth. And in addition, there's numerous competitors. Therefore, this adds to the intensity of rivalry. Overall, bargaining power of consumers and suppliers is low, indicating that buyers and suppliers are in a weak position. However, threat of substitutes is very high. Therefore, the industry is moderately attractive if the business can establish itself to be unique and can leverage its competencies effectively.
To finish our analysis of the external environment, we end with a competitor analysis outlining the strategic group map. The strategic group map is a good way to lay out and visualize Kyo Tea House's performance in the cafe and shops industry. Kyo Tea House can compete with other cafes or shops which offer beverages or desserts as well as a similar cafe atmosphere. Competition in this industry mainly focuses on quality and price, making it their priority to provide high-quality products to their customers at affordable prices in order to keep up with their demand. So we have chosen to compare Kyo Tea House with other cafes located in Emporium or Chadstone, which are also high-performing cafes. From this strategic group map, we can see that Kyo Tea House is performing relatively well compared to the other cafes in terms of quality, which can be attributed to its skilled employees and authentic Japanese services, which was mentioned above. However, their price is rather high, which may impact consumers' purchasing decisions.
So far, please consider that does Kaya Tea House have competitive advantages and strategic competitiveness based on its internal and external analysis? Moving on, let's talk about the business level strategy. The aim of business or organization to establish business level strategy is going to gain competitive advantages based on firm's core competencies. From Porter, 1980, business level strategy is a set of actions which contain two factors that are broad or narrow, and lower cost or differentiation. There are 5 types of business level strategy generated by Porter based on these two factors, which are overall low cost provider, focused low cost, broader differentiation, focused differentiation, and best cost provider. From my partner side, Kaya Tea House offer products and services with unique performance to a certain group of customers who are healthy tea drinker, which is broader differentiation strategy based on Porter's model. Also based on introduction from my mate, Kaya Tea House is in cafe industrial, which provides tea drink and dessert with tea flavor, especially green tea. In this case, many of market share are abundant by Kaya Tea House, comparing with its main competitor Boost Juice. Carrot Tea House gives up fruit-flavored drink share, and Carrot Tea House leaves all the coffee market to its rivals, such as Starbucks. The reason why Carrot Tea House do this is that the managers choose to differentiation products compared with its competitors. However, this comes at the expense of increasing the average price of all products. For example, from my own research, the average of price of cup of juice provided by Boost is $7 to $8, and the average price of cup of tea provided by Share Tea is $6.5 to $7.5, and the average price of the cup of drink by Carrot Tea House is $8.5 to $9, which is 10% more than its competitors' products. According to Gold, 2015, when a business decides to serve niche member in a market, it should increase unit sales due to attractive differentiation and build brand loyalty with target customers to bring competitive advantages. In addition to this, only firms can avoid some pitfalls that will create competitive advantage constantly. The main pitfalls are: first, buyers hard to be attracted by differentiation products. Then, the price of differentiation is charged too high than competitors, and the products' unique features are easily to be copied. For Carrot Tea House case, firstly, buyer perfect matched with differentiation products because the target customer are all like to drink tea. Secondly, the premium price of products is 10% higher than its competitors' products, which is reasonable. However, it will be reasonable to imitate the differentiation products provided by Carrot Tea House. The reason is that competitors can easily get Japanese matcha powder to provide similar tea drink to customers. So, in conclusion, Carrot Tea House does have some advantage in the market, compared with its rivals based on internal analysis, external analysis, and business level strategy. But the advantages are not able to be treated as competitive advantage overall. Thanks. That's all for our presentation. Please go through our reference list